Hey guys, we got an update on the 442 LS swap. We got to fire it up after fighting with Terminator X a little bit, but it did start up relatively good. The learning curve is steep because I'm not a computer person, but eventually we got it running, got it warming up. I think it's got about 20 minutes run time on it, and then we hit our first major setbacks. So this got 1218 pack springs, part of like a sloppy build. And you can see there, the spring and the rocker are taking off now. I'll show you the spring. So that's a brand new spring that broke. And dropped the valve into the piston, most likely. It doesn't sound good. It didn't sound good at all when it did it. So now we're going to pull this motor back out of here, because this car just doesn't want to be LS swapped evidently, and we're going to pull this apart, see what kind of damage we did. Hopefully we can save the piston. Hopefully it's not hammered. I know that valve is bent because it won't come all the way back up. It didn't fall all the way down in the cylinder because the keepers and everything was still in it. It was just the spring was snapped. It lost that top half of the coil, but it did make quite a bit of noise, and it didn't sound good at all. So we're going to pull this out, and I'll get working on that, and I'll bring you guys along for some of the pull out. I'll take some pictures of something here and there, maybe a little clip to add to this, and we'll go from there. All right, bring it back. See ya. Hey guys, it's been a few days. We got the motor out of the car. There's our empty engine bay. I'll show you what we got. So I showed you guys the broken spring before. This is the head. This is the cylinder that hit the piston. So there's our bent valve. Yeah, it's not good. Could have been a lot worse. All in all, I guess we're kind of lucky. It didn't bust out the piston, which I'll show you here pretty soon. I'll bring you over and show you the piston. So there's the valve. Nothing really happened to the head. I wasn't crazy about using 317 heads to begin with, because it just knocks the death out of the compression. But here's the motor. And that's all we got, was that little bit of, I mean, it's got a little scale to it, but it's really not that bad. I'm going to just smooth that out some, and we're going to send it. So what we did is, so I was looking around for more heads. I couldn't really find anything. I kind of wanted to go a 706 to get the compression ratio up. So I couldn't find anything great that was 706. So I did find a set of 243s, nice and clean. So we're going to run those. We'll do some different valve springs. We're going to do a dual valve spring this time. I mean, we don't really need a dual valve spring, but it's going to get a dual valve spring. And then we'll throw this thing back together. I'm going to pull this motor the rest of the way down, just because that broken spring, I'm kind of wondering about everything else. So I'm going to pull the cam out, look at it. It looks okay through the lifter. When I pulled the lifter out and looked in there, I mean, it kind of, you can't see nothing now, but like all the lobes look kind of all right. But I'm going to pull that cam and really look at it and go from there. We'll probably end up just stabbing it back in and running it, but we're going to see. I want to look at it and make sure you know, nothing else is wrong. There shouldn't be. That it wasn't really terrible with it. That valve could have been a whole lot worse. It could have smashed out the piston completely, and you know, so we kind of lucked out. So I want to pull this apart and make sure there's nothing else that's going to come and get us later on. That's about it. I might video some of this, pulling the motor in it apart and stuff. I don't know. We'll see what happens, how the time goes. But yeah, I'll bring you guys back when I start pulling it. I'll probably post this up maybe tonight or tomorrow night. All right, thanks guys. See ya.